Hi, my name is Cameron Madden, and I would like to nominate my JROTC instructor, Master Sergeant Anderson, aka Top. Top is a very wise man. Yes, he's stern, but he is only hard on us because he knows that the world is not easy. Top looks at each of his cadets as individual players on a team called the world. He studies us, learns our self-doubts and our greatest potentials, and lets us know that what we want is never too far to obtain. Most kids my age wouldn't like him because they'd rather talk than listen to the words from a wise old man. In the classroom, Top treats us as if we're adults. Top has taught us that you just have to take what you've got and either run with it or make it into something new. I believe my teacher should be nominated not only because he is a great instructor, but also an even greater friend. Top has taught me so many things about myself that I didn't even notice. I've learned that fear is just a safe space in between reaching my goals and holding myself back from them. But Top has changed the lives of many young men and women, and that is why I believe he should be nominated.
Wow. You're awesome. Thank you. That's very kind. Almost made an old man cry.
Hi, I'm Aiden Gonzalez. Over the course of my time in GCCISD, going from Crockett Elementary to Cedar Bayou Junior to now Ross S. Sterling High School, I can't recall a teacher that has had more of an impact on my life than my art teacher, Ms. Pariga. I think that taking the class was one of the best decisions I made at the time because of the opportunities that opened up from pursuing it were some of the most significant of my life. I remember feeling lost during that time, not being a part of any sports team or any clubs or organizations, and Ms. Barriga presented our class with an opportunity to join our National Art Honor Society. I took up this opportunity and joined the club during my junior year, which led to a ton of memories. This club helped me to meet and talk to people I don't know if I would have ever had the chance to talk to. My senior year, I continued on with art. I chose to take Art 4 because of knowing that I'd have a teacher who was helpful and caring. She was there for me when I needed someone to talk to, and I will forever appreciate her for that. Even when I was having troubles with figuring out what to do with my life after high school, she talked to me and gave me ideas of career paths relating to my interests and my talents. She was the one who inspired me to apply to UNT and gave me ideas on careers I could pursue that would make me happy. I can't think of anyone else who has had this much of an impact on my life as Ms. Barriga. She has helped me academically, mentally, and with my future plans. I feel like she was one of the most impactful, not only teachers, but people in my life.
Hi, my name is Adolfo. Once I got to my 6th period, it was photography taught by Ms. Katie Dean. When I first walked into the classroom, she made a warm welcome to me and I felt comfortable already. Once class started, she introduced herself and gave facts about her personal life and teacher life. I really enjoyed listening to her because she made her life sound very lovable. I then told her that she taught my sister a while back and she remembered who she was and started asking about her. We instantly clicked after that conversation. I learned so much from her photography class that she inspired me to create my own photography. After a year or so, I got my very first camera and started taking portraits of seniors when I was a junior. Now taking senior portraits as a side hustle thanks to Ms. Dean, who showed me how to use a camera properly. She inspired me to never give up if I'm experiencing a lot of stress. I always need to resist it and continue on whatever task I'm doing. Once I graduate in May, I will be sad because I won't see Ms. Dean anymore. I know that she will be proud of me and cheering for me when I walk the stage, just like how I was proud of her and cheered for her when she was dealing with yearbook stress.
Hi, my name is Fabian Cienfuegos. I recommend Leslie Heyman, a dual credit instructor and avid teacher at Goose Creek Memorial High School. With the assistance of Mrs. Heyman, she introduced me to vital skills that I can use throughout my life and in future generations of my family. The competitive and rigorous environment set in the classroom will challenge me and prepare me for my future dual enrollment college courses. I am proud to say that I am now graduating with an Associates of Arts in Business from Lee College. I am able to say this because Mrs. Heyman would have us set weekly goals to our planners and push us to achieve them. She would even provide support in any way that she could. Such goals would help us students create habits for the rest of our lives that we can apply to push ourselves when she is no longer present. With the help and support of Mrs. Heyman, we were able to help spread our AVID program to campuses across Houston and even campuses nationwide as a national demonstration school. Every goal that I set would lead to my end goal, which is college. More importantly, Mrs. Heyman introduced me to the importance of getting involved. As I got involved, I began joining organizations and discovering my passion. Eventually, I found my passion for giving and wanted to create a cultural service organization. I also noticed that despite GCM's 56% Hispanic population, we were heavily underrepresented. Taking this initiative, I told Mrs. Heyman about my idea, and she was full throttle with me and would support me. And I am a living embodiment of Mrs. Heyman's impact on students' lives here at GCCISD.
My name is Michelle Hernandez, and I am running to express my heartfelt nomination for Ms. Shauna James, my digital electronics teacher for 10th grade at Robert E. Lee, who is currently located at GCM High School. Ms. James has made a profound impact on my high school experience, fostering a love for STEM education and inspiring not only academic growth, but also resilience and dedication in the face of adversity. Ms. James introduced the Technology Student Association, also known as TSA, to our school, a decision that marked a turning point in my educational and career trajectory. As a passionate advocate for STEM education, Ms. James created an environment that encouraged students to explore and excel in these fields. What sets Ms. James apart is not only her commitment to academic excellence, but also her remarkable resilience and dedication to our school community. Despite facing personal tragedies, Ms. James continued to inspire and support her students. Her ability to persevere in the face of adversity left an indelible mark on my character and instilled in me a deep sense of resilience. Ms. James' personal journey has resonated with me on a profound level. Witnessing her navigate through life's challenges with grace and determination has inspired me to make a positive impact and help those facing unexpected hardships. Ms. James played a pivotal role in helping me realize that it is biomedical engineering that truly aligns with my passions and aspirations. Her guidance has been instrumental in shaping my career and path, and I am excited to embark on this journey with a new, profound sense of purpose and direction.
Hi, I'm Aspen Wilson, and I've pondered over who I'd nominate since I was told about this in December. And while there are many teachers who have impacted my life, one really stood apart from the rest. Her name is Kimberly Justice, my 4th grade English teacher. Due to her compassionate heart and immense patience, I've become the person I am today. Although our bond was first formed over a shared love for red velvet Oreos and my mom's homemade snacks, it ended growing up into something much larger. I can still vividly remember sitting on her mismatched rug in the front row, listening to her read whatever book she believed would hold our attention that day. Thanks to her patient persistence, Miss Justice helped me come to love reading, making it one of my favorite hobbies to this day. But on my 11th birthday, Miss Justice pulled me aside at the end of the day and gave me a big hug and a bright red and pink gift bag. She wished me a happy birthday with a big smile on her face, a smile filled with so much warmth that I can still see it when I close my eyes. Miss Justice was such a turning point in my life. She took a loud, boisterous, walking distraction of a child and helped her become a straight-A early graduate who looks forward to learning something new. Miss Justice was more than just a teacher, is more than just a teacher. She's someone I deeply respect and look up to, an unconscious standard I hold others to. When I'm stuck in a difficult situation, be it with friendships or schoolwork, I ask myself what Miss Justice would say to me. I'm the girl I am today because she never gave up on me, even though I definitely made it a challenge for her to do so. It's always been a goal of mine to become even the fraction of a person she was, and as such, she's continued to shape my life even after all of these years.
She is crying.
Oh my goodness.
I even did my makeup today.
My mom made a bet you'd cry.
I forgot about the gift bag, but all the other stuff I remembered. I looked like I said, oh, I forgot about the gift bag. I knew it now. I'm so proud of you. You have made my whole teaching career worthwhile.
Hi, my name is Bailey Newsome. Dear Education Foundation, I would like to take the time to write this letter to recognize an excellent candidate for the 15th Annual Students' Choice Award, the head choir director of Goose Creek Memorial, Ms. Holly Llewellyn. I was a junior in her varsity choir when an unexpected disaster befell my family and home. During the January months of 2023, we had experienced a house fire, causing my family many moves and upheaval. Miss Llewellyn had only heard of the situation and contacted my mother to offer us a place to stay. Through her church, she gave us a home to stay in while awaiting repairs on our own house. She gave us a house for us to stay in without monthly rent. Only utilities were required. When she had heard that I hadn't much salvageable clothes to come back to school, she spent her own money and shopped for me, bringing me shoes and some shirts and pants, allowing me to return to school earlier than expected. She offered me many words of encouragement when it seemed as though this devastation would permanently damage me and my family. I will always remember her kindness, and she will always be a friend to me and my family, even after I graduate. This act of community and kindness deserves recognition. The supporting community she has created deserves the recognition. Sincerely, Bailey Newsome from Goose Creek Memorial.
I didn't know. Thank you so much. Oh, it means so much to me. So proud of you. Thank you so much, baby.
Hi, my name is Andrea Rivera. Throughout my years at various GCCISD schools, I've had many teachers. Each teacher was different from the last. Most teachers were kind and just overall good teachers. However, the teacher I think has been the most impactful in my life is Miss Nethery. In the 4th grade, I had Miss Nethery for Texas history at Stephen F. Austin Elementary. As the school year progressed, I began to notice how similar learning history felt to reading. To me, history was like reading a good book, because like reading history tells a story. Miss Nethery's class specifically was the catalyst for my lifelong interest in the subject. To this day, my favorite subject is and will continue to be history. Because of Miss Nethery's class, I was able to discover one of my passions and quell my curiosity, since history answered questions I had never even thought about before. In fact, currently I am planning to double major in university in both art history and computer science. I want to major in art history solely because of how much I enjoy the subject. I'm nominating Miss Nethery not only because of how much I like history, but also because of how good of a teacher I remember her being. She always was able to explain and present information in a way that was easy to understand. She fostered a comfortable environment of learning in her class, which made me feel at ease when in there. To this day, I remember how excited I would be to get to her class to learn more about history each day. Sincerely, Andrea Rivera.
Oh my gosh, she's here.
Hi. Thank you. That was so sweet. I can't believe you're all grown up.
Hi, I'm Drea Hernandez. Throughout my 13 years of education, one teacher in particular stands out as the most significant figure in instilling in me a passion for math and teaching, Miss Price. Her impact goes beyond the classroom, leaving a great imprint on my intellectual and personal development. She was not only an excellent teacher, but also a mentor as my basketball coach. Coach Price was more than simply a math instructor. She is passionate, a motivator, and an inspiration. Coach Price formed her teaching to the needs and interests of her students. Coach Price's ability to make complex concepts understandable and enjoyable was one of her exceptional skills. She turned these ideas into practical applications, demonstrating the importance of math in everyday life. My favorite thing she did in her class was implementing a money system throughout the year. Each student was given a job that they did around the class weekly, and we got paid money in return. We had to pay rent for our desks, and we could use our save money for prizes every so often. This consistency taught me so much about the real-world usage of money. Coach Price instilled confidence and determination in her students, in addition to teaching the subject matter. She did this by challenging us in our points of confusion and not taking "I don't know" for an answer. She believed in every one of us and pushed us to look at problems as chances for progress. Her continuous support fostered a safe learning environment in which mistakes were recognized as stepping stones to mastery rather than roadblocks. Coach Price always supported and uplifted her kids. For example, when I first expressed an interest in teaching, she enthusiastically supported me in my endeavors. I recall her delight when I was accepted into the Future Educators Academy, which I applied for largely because of her support. She threw her arms in the air and smiled from ear to ear. She ignited a passion for education that I never knew existed, ultimately shaping my career goals of being an educator. If I had not been enrolled in her class in my 8th grade year, my high school experience would look totally different.
Oh my gosh. Hello, my name is Jolacia Macion. I remember the first time I met Nurse Reeves. It was my 5th grade year. I had just been diagnosed with a chronic illness and had my entire life turned upside down. I walked into the nurse's office and was met with this beautiful smile on this fantastic person with the title of my elementary nurse, who would leave an everlasting impact. Every day I stepped into that nurse's office, Nurse Reeves met me with an unimaginable sense of warmth. It was almost like the sun was wrapping its arms around an iceberg. Each day that my illness caused me shame, embarrassment, and pain, Nurse Reeves gave me confidence, joy, and love. She created a safe, comfortable, and nurturing environment for me. I would leave that office feeling rejuvenated and ready for the rest of my day. Towards the end of my 5th grade year, I began to cherish each second I had with her because I knew it was running out. I was going to middle school and would have an entirely different nurse. On the last day of school, our last day together, Nurse Reeves called me to her office. I was, of course, greeted with that infectious smile and soothing voice of hers. She then proceeded to give me something. I do not know if she remembers this moment, but I have never forgotten it. She gave me a gray box that had a butterfly necklace in it. This necklace served as a reminder for me for the next several years. Every time I looked at it or wore it, I was filled with the same warmth and confidence that she gave me throughout my year with her. Lastly, the necklace reminded me of the tremendous blessing God gave me when I received Christy Reeves as my nurse for my 5th grade year.
Listen. Oh my God! You have, you are just so precious, Jolacia.
Hi, my name is Anthony Jacobs. A teacher can influence many important characteristics in a person's life. Teachers are much like a second parent. You could say that they spend just as much, if not more time, with a child than their parents do. They help mold and shape a child's personality and often their future. They can teach you the importance of trust and being trustworthy. A teacher should also be able to recognize each student as an individual. I was lucky enough to find all of these qualities in my aquatic science teacher, Ms. Hernandez. Ms. Hernandez has taught me to work hard and always do my best. I would describe her as being happy and cheerful. It doesn't matter what my mood is before I walk in her classroom because she will always bring a smile to my face. She demonstrates kindness and patience to each and every student in her class. Those are character traits that I feel I have improved on because of her. When a teacher believes in you, you cannot help but work even harder, which only leads to success. I hope throughout the rest of my life I can demonstrate the same great qualities as Ms. Hernandez takes her time to get to know each student as an individual. She takes pride in finding out how to help each student excel in their own way. She uses various teaching styles and effort to reach the needs of everyone in her class. We often play games to study for a test, which is an exciting way to review the information. She closely watches who works well together and places them next to each other when we are doing work. The lessons that Ms. Hernandez has taught me are invaluable. Not only have they strengthened the foundation of my life, they are building blocks of my future. She has been an exemplary role model.
Oh, yes. I feel honored. I feel honored that you nominated me. I try always to smile. I do.
Yeah.
So I'm happy I'm making a difference in your life.
Hello, my name is Andrea Rivera. Throughout all my years in school, I tried to figure out what teacher impacted me the most, not knowing that it would end up being my first ever teacher. Miss Jimenez was my pre-K teacher that until this day, after elementary school, I didn't see Miss Jimenez much, but she always stayed in the back of my mind. I always remember her as my first teacher, the teacher who taught me to count, learn my colors, and learn English. As someone who came from a household that only spoke Spanish, having a teacher who was able to teach me English meant so much to my family. A couple of years later, I was able to reconnect with Miss Jimenez because she saw me when I was 6 years old, and now she's able to see me all grown up. At one point in middle school, I was going through a rough time, and my parents' first thought was to ask Miss Jimenez for help because they knew she'd think of something as she always did. She lent me an ear to listen, and I will always be extremely thankful for that. Even until this day, she is helping my family and I with whatever we need. She's always looked at us as part of her family. I have recently been able to spend a lot more time with Ms. Jimenez because she allowed me to be a student teacher for her. Being Ms. Jimenez's student teacher has allowed me to interact more with her and see her impact a new set of students. Every day that I go to Pumphrey, she makes sure to greet me with a smile and a hug, and in a way, it heals my inner child. Lastly, I want to say thank you. Words will never be able to explain how thankful I am for Ms. Jimenez. She meant and will always mean so much to me. I wish everyone had a teacher like her. Sincerely, Andrea Rivera.
Hi. I am so proud of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Emily Gonzalez, and the teacher that has most impacted me was my third grade teacher, Miss Lawson. And to this day, I'm often reminded of her classroom atmosphere and the feelings I got each day I attended her class. Though I was just 8 years old, I had much to learn from her. I still remember her presence in the classroom and how I felt comfortable in the class. She played a significant role in my future decision-making of where I wanted to take my education path. With her help, I decided to further my education in the science field, and she introduced me to the world I did not know was the one I belonged in. Even if it was just third grade science, it was a jumpstart to where I wanted to study and make a career out of. And one of my favorite memories was when we made snow globes for Christmas, and to this day, I still have it set in my furniture and always recall the memories. I often remember the times I spent in her class, and I still talk about her with my friends and family. And though I have not had the opportunity to meet with her since elementary, she still has an impact on me. Overall, Miss Lawson has made an impact on my life, and throughout the years, I often thought about how she's doing. And even if it has been years since I've been in her classroom, I can still vividly remember the days. Her impact on me is one that will stay with me as I advance in my future career.
That's sweet.
That's very heartwarming.
Gina and Kelly found the paper so we can solve this.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh, you've grown into a beautiful young lady.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, she was one of my first students here at Clark.
Hi, I am Sophia Coron. I am the first to recognize that every single teacher marks the student's life somehow. Teaching is inherently a noble career, and anyone working in the field should be recognized. However, certain teachers can change rather than mark the student's life. This is what Ms. Diana Urecha did for me and many others. I met Ms. Urecha on the first day of the second semester of my high school career. We spoke of our respective cultures and bonded over our shared experiences of emigrating to America. She was always professional, but with a warmness that could melt away the coldest of facades. In addition to her caring nature, Ms. Urecha was and is a great teacher. She made sure her students understood the hardest of topics. Every assignment was designed to help us learn Spanish, and there was never busy work. However, lessons were seldom dull. We learned Pretérito Perfecto by analyzing songs. It is difficult to find a teacher who is dedicated to her craft and can also form bonds with her students. Ms. Diana Urecha is kind-hearted, intelligent, understanding, helpful, and empathetic. In these last few years, she has improved my and many others' lives. She made the most out of the 45 minutes she had to teach us daily. I believe Ms. Urrecha has yet to get the credit she deserves for all the credit she has given her students over the years. I attribute part of my academic achievements in high school to her. Sincerely, Sophia Coron.
Oh my God. Muchas gracias, muchas gracias.
De nada.
No me lo esperaba, la verdad.
¿En serio?
Sí, no me lo esperaba.
No, cuando enseguida que nos mandaron las cartas para que mandáramos algo, yo dije, bueno, tengo que hablar de Ms. Urrecha porque de verdad que muchas gracias a usted. O sea,
a ustedes, que al final nosotros estamos aquí por los estudiantes.
This is a student who deserves every honor that she's getting. She's wonderful, hardworking.
Gracias a usted. I mean, it's thanks to you. I mean, you've helped me so much.
Hi, my name is Bry Blanchard, and I have been an art student for years now. As relaxed as it may be, that doesn't make any of the work any less difficult, and it even piles onto my other projects. High school isn't entirely easy for anyone, and it's always refreshing to have a teacher who truly recognizes individual struggles. That is why I am nominating Miss Annie Watson, the best art teacher I have been lucky to have. She is by far one of the most endearing and outgoing teachers I've crossed paths with. I remember one time I had left my artwork at school, which was a tendency of mine, and Miss Watson ended up dropping off by my house. Since we live generally in the same area, a generous and unexpected act for her to even go slightly out of her way to help me out. I couldn't name a single teacher who would do that for me other than Miss Watson. Not to forget the time that she even gave me some life advice and mentioned some circumstances she dealt with herself. She didn't only make me feel seen, but understood. She never failed to let me have a break on the days that I needed it, empathizing and sharing conversations about things that would go on outside of school. My heart felt as warm as her smile. I value everything Miss Watson does for me and everyone, as she is very engaged in each student as much as possible. Even when she remains busy, she's constantly talking with peers, going to their tables, and giving an artistic opinion or just marking a small conversation. I was never afraid to ask her anything, even when I felt that it was ridiculous. Miss Watson has not only opened my eyes, but my heart, and she makes me want to continue a positive and loving stride the way she emulates. That is an understatement too. I couldn't even begin to explain the volume she has influenced me for the last 2 years. I have looked forward to walking into her colorful classroom and seeing her with such enthusiasm. Thank you so much, Miss Watson.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
You were so hard on to spoil it.
And you did so good up there, too.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah, hey, every day can be a better day despite the challenge. All you gotta do is leave it better than you found it. It's gonna get difficult to stand, but hold your balance. I just say whatever, cause there is no way you're around it. Cause everyone falls down sometimes, but you just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Hey, some days you wake up and nothing works, you feel surrounded. Gotta give your feet some gravity to get you grounded. Keep good things inside your ears just like the waves and sound it. And just say whatever, cause there is no way you're grounded. Everyone falls down sometimes, but you just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay. It's okay, it's okay. Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine.